Knowing how to code won't guarantee your product's success. Many people think that knowing how to code is what's necessary to build a profitable application. But today, I want to explore 5 lessons from my career that I've learned and that I wish I knew when I was starting out about the relationship between code and building successful apps. Andrew once told me that it doesn't matter if monkeys are throwing HTML and CSS down the wire and customers see the interface that looks beautiful, because all that they interact with is the interface. And so if it's a fancy technology or an old technology or a machine learning algorithm or monkeys throwing this HTML and CSS down the pipe, doesn't really matter. So I want to take that a level up. If you can promise your customer that the website or the web app you're building for them will not generate business value, do you think that they would pay for that? Or would they instead look for something else, another solution? So this is just to drive home the point that customers pay for outcomes. They want their problem solved. They don't pay for code. And that's one thing that was a bit hard for me to come to terms with, but it's something that I really appreciate nowadays. Second, shiny tech syndrome. Developers love technology. And what happens is when you get a product idea, a light bulb comes into your mind and you think, ooh, this would be a good time to experiment with the latest framework, the latest library. Oh, I know, I've never used React before, so this would be a good time to use it and learn about it. This leads to extended time to ship, because rather than focusing on solving the problem in the simplest way possible, developers may sometimes see it as an opportunity to get carried away and learn. And what usually ends up happening is you might have a solution that's slightly over-engineered or massively over-engineered for the first ship. Or worse, you have a situation where the developer never actually shipped a product. Focus on solving the problem versus the tech. That helps you move towards shipping and having a successful product. I'm not saying that the tech isn't necessary. I'm just saying that focus should be on solving the problem. You know, I went for the weekend and I got really inspired to build yet another library or yet another to-do list application. I know this application is going to get millions of monthly subscribers. It's going to be a success. The thing that's different about my application is this thing on the interface, and I guarantee you, when I launch, people will be begging for this. And then on launch day, crickets. Nobody comes. First, you just try throwing solutions to the wall. Try advertising on various platforms where people don't even care about what you have. Or you market to some people and they say, hey, you know, this isn't actually a problem for me. I like using this other solution. And this happens because developers know how to code. There's a temptation to build something before validating it. And what ends up happening is you can spend a lot of time building, only to discover later that people don't actually need the product that you built, or there are other solutions out there that handle this problem really well. I'm not saying that knowing how to code is bad. When your product gets really popular and you experience a lot of traffic, knowing how to code is actually an asset. Proficient developers would be able to build something that scales well. And so when you get tons of traffic from your launch, your server won't go down because the application is engineered in such a way that it can handle such traffic. So that's actually a benefit. And the second thing, proficient developers will build applications in a way to enable them to last. And this is from the way they version the code, from the way they design the application. The engineering behind applications is fantastic. Imagine building an application like YouTube. A lot of software engineering principles are required to pull off something like that. When you're building for a client, a specific client, let's say you work at an agency or you're a freelancer, clients are guaranteeing most of the time that they will use a solution for a year or maybe even longer. And in this case, a professional developer is nicely suited to be able to build for this client, because you don't have to worry about I will build and no customer will want this product. You're already solving for someone who has a problem, who is able to communicate to you. The way or the channel to market is very clear, and hopefully you're getting paid for it. So you're not worried about building, spending all this time investing in the product and not getting any return on your investment. If you translate the same thinking to building an application as an indie dev or building an application as a SaaS company, then you might be really, really surprised. And so after realizing that programming isn't the end all and be all when it comes to building profitable applications, I thought, maybe design is the thing that will take me to the promised land. What do you think? Join me next time as I explore whether design is what will guarantee success. It definitely adds value, but will it be enough to ensure profits and success? Until next time, I want to encourage you to build, learn, and empower. Events more than code, Musomi.